Good day, good day, good day. I believe I am live. I'm so glad you are here. Welcome to the Barrel Age Cocktails That Matter. People who care, like, share, subscribe. Tell somebody you know that the Barrel Age is live. I just want people to know that you were here with me today because today is a most royal occasion. Some people treat this month as Dry January, and that is lovely. I love mocktails myself, but for me, this is Ginuary. I consider myself a gin foot soldier, a gin missionary, if you will. What is the process and purpose of a missionary? It's to spread a word that is believed in to non-believers. And I profess to you that I need you to be a believer in gin. Not enough people consume it. Way too many people have a preconceived notion. And I profess that that preconceived notion comes from when they absconded with gin that was not for them. Most people under the age of 13, their parents' liquor cabinet, got that bottle of gin, thought it tastes like Christmas trees gone wild, and never wanted to touch it again. I profess to you that you need to evolve and get back into gin. Gin is a spirit, along with bourbon, mezcal, that really starts you on a craft journey. And a craft journey is one where you start being thoughtful about your cocktails. Fresh ingredients mean more. The classic cocktail canon means more. Specific bartenders who have revolutionized the industry and have given us drinks that have changed our entire landscape mean a lot more to you. And I profess that gin is a place to start. The palate is something that evolves, and especially those of us from the West, most specifically from America, have sweeter palates. Vodka lends to that because it is odorless, colorless, and flavorless, and it lets all the sweet elements of a drink shine through. I believe that gin is a good place to start your craft journey because gin, to me, is the true spirit of mixology. What you start with is so affected by the ingredients that you add, and what you end with is something brand new and something wonderful. If I had to only buy one gin, it would be the most royal Highclere Castle gin. Full disclosure, Highclere Castle gin is one of my most loyal clients. We interact plenty. We help each other make good money. And let me tell you something else. They have never, ever paid me to say that their product was good. They have never advised me what to think of their product. They put it in my hands. They let me make my own opinion. And I profess to you that if you carry one gin, this is the gin to carry. Why is Highclere Castle gin so amazing? Well, number one, it's heritage turned into liquid. The recipe was developed over years by spirits entrepreneur Adam von Gutkin, who is one of my mentors and who I have been having fun making cocktails and just taking the industry by storm day by day with since about 2013. He used to be a hip hop producer, got into craft spirits production, and he's got some history for hundreds of years. His family, they was moving that thing, if you will. His family thought that drinking should be enjoyed by all. Damn what the US government says, and I agree. This is produced as what is described in what is known as England's oldest gin distillery, with a beautiful exclusive recipe, 10 botanicals, an ingredient that honestly had me flummoxed when I first heard it. Heirloom oats are contained herein. Oats that feed some of the best thoroughbred horses the world round are blended into this gin as a botanical. Why are oats put in a gin? Why are oats in anything but our oatmeal or our milk if we date a hippie chick? They give this gin such a beautiful round mouthfeel and this silky note on the back that I think is amazing. Add to that it's a London Dry style. When it comes to gin, your major styles are going to be London Dry, Plymouth, Old Tom, slow, which is a whole different category, new American. There are a lot of gins right now on the market, and in my opinion, London Dry is where you want to start. Botanical gins are great, but the assertiveness of juniper is what makes gin beautiful. Something like Beef Eater may be a little too juniper assertive. Something like Hendrix or Brockman's, in my opinion, is a little too soft. This product somehow achieves the feat of having the juniper assertiveness, but with the heirloom lemon and lime blossoms and orange blossoms in here, it's able to give enough balance and beautiful fruit and citrus notes that it's a true crowd pleaser for someone who is maybe a novice to gin. And it has so much to interest the gin expert. One of the foremost gin reviewers tasted this, and his reaction was literally, oh. That's all he could say. That's all he could say, because this product right here is wonderful. Also, if you see this castle here, this is where Downton Abbey is filmed. And when I am making cocktails, I kind of think of the themes of Downton Abbey. And we're going to treat this cocktail journey in 4 cocktails like a day that goes from the drawing room to the garden party to the dinner to throwing a little bit of shade at a tete-a-tete. If you don't know what a tete-a-tete is, you need to find out. These cocktails are going to be enjoyed by all. They're going to be centuries old and brand new. Each and every one of them made by somebody who I've tried to emulate, and each and every one of them really just the consummate cocktails of balance, deliciousness, with ease of acquiring the ingredients. I really don't like to suggest cocktails with ingredients that are hard to find, because in my opinion, when it comes to spirits, the best ability, is availability. So we want to use products that we can universally find. This first one comes with a product that someone just described to me as being new, not knowing it's existed for more than a century. The Intro to Aperol is the name of this cocktail. It was invented by Audrey Saunders of Pegu Club fame. This is going to be something that you can introduce your guests and your friends to bitter notes. And in my opinion, cocktails are nothing without bitterness. Really easy to make, and some cool components. Not components that you'll see every day, because the base of the cocktail, Aperol, 2 ounces. Then we're going to do 1 ounce Highclere Castle gin. And we're going to drop the cap to our Aperol, but that's okay. We'll pick it up in just a moment. We're going to do 3/4 ounce lemon juice. And the recipe calls for 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Some people like a half. What I suggest is you start with 1/4 ounce, you move up from there. You can always add sweetness, but you're loath to take it away. And you know what? We're trying to be classy today. I don't know if you can tell. We're gonna get this unattractive cooler out of the way right now. We're going to use our lovely antique gold rimmed. This is not an ice bin. What do you call it? An ice holder? This is something that is OG, and I really wish I could have been at the first party where this was featured, because you know they was getting up to something. So, hand cracked ice. Trying to keep things classic. Want to give a vigorous shake. That's vigorous. And we're going to fine strain. Ding, 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 ding. Into a coupe glass. The original garnish for this drink is going to be an orange twist. Instead of orange twists, I have been taking the oil that comes on the orange twist and infusing them into dehydrated oranges because I just think they're beautiful. We start here, most prosperously, with the intro to Aperol. Easy, good tasting. You're going to get notes of citrus, notes of berry. That juniper is going to play so nicely with that lemon juice. A big hint of blood orange / grapefruit. Let me tell you something. If you don't like grapefruit, you're going to taste blood orange. If you don't like blood orange, which I don't think that's allowed, you're going to taste grapefruit. It's a drink for all seasons, for all moods, and it makes me extra happy. So here's where we're going next. The South Side is an old school cocktail. The history is super messy. Lots of myths are abound. It was invented circa 1917. Hugo Enslin, which means it predates the Prohibition gangster legends. I see a garden scene, mint, sunlight, perfect posture, and just enough shade. So we're gonna start with about 8 mint leaves. Make sure your mint is properly shucked. What does that mean? You're gonna have these mint leaves here, and you're gonna have another form of mint that I'll show you. Slap it, get it in. We're going to then follow up with 2 ounces Highclere Castle gin. ¾ ounce lime juice. ½ ounce rich simple syrup, or 1 ounce simple syrup, which rich simple syrup, I love it. A lot of people who run bar programs are loath to use it because it doesn't take up as much space in the cocktail. The cocktail has less volume. People think they're getting less value. Do what you shall, try them both. You should be experienced in simple syrup. Experienced in experimenting with simple syrup. Beg your pardon. You want to shake it like you mean it, in my opinion. Shake it like it meant something to you. We want to find a glass that this fits in. I do not like it when my cocktails don't fit in a glass. So what are we going to pick next? I got a lovely Nick and Nora. We're going old school proportions here. And we're going to finish off with a lovely sprig of mint. Little slap, slap, place, place. Those are too long. That does not look good. We're going to bust down our stems, put our sprig of mint, and this is the South Side. All right, let's go. We rocking now. Please forgive me, folks. I am pressed like a cheap suit for time today, and I'm trying to start doing these rapid fire. I'm doing them live because I don't mind being vulnerable in front of you. We're on the same side here. You know what I mean? We're on the same side. This one here, in my opinion, is a really good drink, but it's also kind of controversial. So the Cosmopolitan is a drink that we love to make fun of, right? We love to kind of make fun of that mid-2000s sour apple martini cosmopolitan culture. Anything that gets folks drinking is good, and I don't hate on. I really love this drink because its origins are at a bar called Milk and Honey in New York. So many of the Milk and Honey alumni have gone on to make some of the most legendary classic cocktails that our business has ever known. And this is a drink that has a really fun ingredient, raspberry preserves. You want to get a heaping scoop, raspberry preserves, heap. I never know what to do with these spoons. I never have a, you know what? Ooh, boom, I got something to hide it in right there. We start there. 2 ounces Highclere Castle gin. And is it 1 ounce or 3/4? 3/4 lemon juice. A big old shake. Now mind you, when people usually do these videos, they do them with editing. I'm giving it to you raw, darling. Pause. Woo! Splash. Did you see that? I got splashes on myself. And that is a-okay. Do you know why? Because they're on me and they're not on my guest. If I start splashing on my guest, we have a problem. If I splash on myself, we're in good shape. And you know what? We're gonna liven this up just a touch and add a little bit of blood orange liqueur. Because that's what I would do for a guest if this was kind of their first time experimenting with a cocktail like this. Fortify it a little bit and give the people something they can enjoy. And we're gonna fine strain this due to the fact that they're, beg your pardon. We want to fine strain this if we can find a fine strainer, which I should have looked for before I started. I can't find my fine strainer, but that's fine. See what I did there? Don't let that go over your head. When you can't find your fine strainer, you want to make your drink with a closed gate. Close that gate up and boom. Pour like you mean it. Garnished with a lemon twist. But we're going to do a lemon oil, an oil infused lemon. Why? Because it's beautiful and it's classy, and so are we. The Cosmonaut, aka not a Cosmo. All right, now what do we want to do for our last beverage? I got so many choices. This one here is one that maybe for a bit more of an advanced imbiber. This is for someone who maybe already knows their way around classic ingredients. Campari, I love. You want to ease people into it. So maybe if someone's already had the intro to Aperol, this is a drink you'd introduce them to. And I'm going to need my Be Good stick. Anybody who's got relatives from the South, possibly of African American heritage, people carry a Be Good stick in their car. I'm not going to say the whole name of it, but the Be Good stick. So originally this cocktail, so this has a rare ingredient. Rare is it that a cocktail is going to contain grapes. Grapes kind of started this whole thing. It usually contains green grapes, but right now, since it's January and it's cold outside, we're gonna go with, let's say, 5 red grapes. We're gonna give them a muddle. You never, ever want to really pulverize. As soon as you hear them kind of pop, you're gonna get out of there. Quickly, we're going to do 1 ounce Campari. One ounce high clear castor gin. Three-quarter ounce lemon juice. And half an ounce simple syrup. Gonna refill our OG ice container here because it's so beautiful. Like, ooh, I mean, just the party that this probably was served at. I have so many beautiful antique gin appointments that I got from Goodwill. Cracked ice. Ooh, and what might I have here? Do I have it? Oh, rats. Oh, bother. Oh, I do have it. Okay, now. I'm going to put this in a special glass. is another cocktail that might benefit from a fine strain, but let me tell you something. I did a mojito special. The cocktails were supposed to be fine strained. Another bartender who didn't know the recipes didn't fine strain anything. I yelled at them. Then I fine strained all my cocktails, and all my cocktails got sent back, and everybody loved his cocktails, and I looked stupid. So make of that what you will. I had some large-ish format ice. Whenever I do a large cube, I found a couple small cubes around. It's just the right thing to do. It really is. I like to do the right thing. Got my varsity grapes. I like varsity fruit. What I call varsity fruit is when you've got a bunch of fruit, the ones that look really good are your varsity fruits. When it's lemons and limes, my varsity lemons are the ones I cut. My walk-on lemons, or my Pracket Squad lemons, are the ones that get juiced. And we are serving this in a beautiful Highclere Castle Gin Rocks glass. Thank you, Highclere Castle. Thank you, Highclere Castle Gin. Thank you, Highclere Arms. I can't wait to stay at the Highclere Arms, by the way. The Inzoni. So, this is my first installment of January. You're going to see me back here at least 10 more times. I want to do 40 gin cocktails by the end of the month. Because I am on a journey to make 100 people who've never tried a gin cocktail try one before the end of the month. And I did forget one thing. This beverage right here usually has some lemon involvement. The Inzoni, let's see if we can, yeah. This is another cocktail of milk and honey pedigree. And let's see if we can make 4 cocktails fit nicely here, can we? I think we can, of course we can. Of course we can. So, to review, intro to Aperol that'll get folks understanding and loving bitter flavors. Southside, classic, think of it like a gin mojito. The Cosmonaut, a Cosmo drinker's graduation. And the Inzoni, the intermediate to advanced Campari-driven rare grape cocktail. All of these drinks were powered by Highclere Castle Gin. This brand, I will never forget, during COVID, sought out the bartending industry and made direct donations to bartenders. They did drink competitions while they had no money coming in, a luxury product that launched in 2020, right? None of the sales that they thought they would have. They took the time and the effort to reach out to the industry and make industry friends for life in a genuine way. I really want you to experiment with some gin this month. I want you to drink one of these gin cocktails. I want you to, in wintertime, eat at least 18 oysters, especially from Copp's Island in Connecticut. I want you to listen to some symphonic music, and I want you to think about your visions for this year, hopefully through some gin-colored glasses. This is the barrel age. We're hoping to improve what we're giving you. Good content, humorous content, content that educates, inspires, entertains, and hopefully maybe gets you to judge me. Because if you've got some judgments, bring them on. I love to hear the agreements and disagreements from the audience. My goal is to start doing the fan mail section because the comments that are left in the comments section, y'all mess up my day because I think I'm just going to go read the comments and respond, but I end up doing research and reading books when I'm supposed to be doing something else. The point is that this community here means the world to me, and I'm so glad I get the privilege of us hanging out, talking about cocktails, life, and the things that make us all happy. My name is Khalid Williams. I want you to every day, at all times, drink, eat, listen, and think. Cheers. This is the awkward part where I gotta turn off the live. It's weird. It's weird. You're my big old face. My big old face. I gotta cut off the live. My big old face. Lucky I got nice skin.